right. Well, hey, barrel or nah, coming in from a listener today.
Hi there, this is Ren Volpe here from Oceanside again. Do you have a question slash comment regarding Shark Stories incident? And one thing that I find curious that I don't see a lot of publicity or a lot of surfers suggesting other surfers to wear shark bands. I recently got one. Obviously, it's impossible to know its efficacy, but it does keep me a little more calm in the water when I'm surfing by myself or Dawn Patrol. The thing that made me buy it was Bethany Hamilton endorsing it, right? But basically, what are your guys' opinions on it? Do you think it should be suggested? Do you think it's kooky? Do you think it's a worth effort? It's only $99, and maybe it's not only, but if you think about the peace of mind and what it could actually do for you, it's less than a pair of fins. So worth a discussion at least about this somewhat unique product. All right. Cheers. Keep the work.
So, barrel or nah shark bands. This is the bracelet that you wear, or anklet, I guess, that you would wear, that sends out an electromagnetic field that affects the shark's sensory organs, and it encourages them. It's a deterrent. It's a deterrent field that keeps sharks away, in theory.
Why not is what I say. Barrel David Lee Scales.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, why stinking not, right? Like, there was the kid in Florida who was wearing a shark bands, got it for his Christmas present, I recall, a couple years ago, 5 years ago. Did a BeachGrit story on it.com. Uh, and he was bitten by a shark. And I feel that was an outlier. And I'm gonna say, if you have shark nervousness, if you like are why not for 99 bucks for peace of mind, have at it is what I say.
See, I thought this was going to land in your classic or classification of it's just another knick-knacky thing that I have to remember to do. Like this complicates things, therefore, no.
I mean, I think you should, to be honest, if you're going to get a shark bands, the bracelet one in particular, you should not just wear it, you should wear it all the time, right? You should wear it at the grocery store. You should wear it at the, like, it should be like the shark watch of old. Your shark bands should be a signifier that I surf. Uh, Go off and wear it all the time. Why not? And then, I mean, does it have a battery or
No,
something?
that's so I looked it up, of course, in preparation for today's show because I'd seen them advertised everywhere. I saw the Bethany Hamilton partnership recently, but I never took it seriously. I didn't think that the science was like actually legit, maybe. I don't know what I thought. But I finally looked into it, and it seems like the science is actually pretty much in, and that sharks do use electromagnetic, like that's a known thing. And so this thing sending out a pulse does deter them. But to answer your question, it's always on. There is no battery. So I'm not exactly sure how it operates or how it sends that electromagnetic thing,
There's no
but
like charging or anything.
there's no charging. It's just always
So
on.
I'm double barrel now. And dear shark bands, if you're listening, send me one. I will wear this thing as a fashion accessory because who knows what other great things could happen in on land when you're wearing your shark bands, right? Like,
Well, there you see people putting rocks and crystals by their beds.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if this is good enough to keep a shark away from me, then it's also good enough to get me a free drink at the bar. Or like, I would like to experiment with shark bands out of the water, to be honest. I'm all in.
I like it too. I mean, I like the way that you're going, the path that you're going on, because I've never believed in crystals for
Sure.
healing or any of that sort of stuff. However, um, that there is so in wine, in farming, in agriculture, there is biodynamics, is
Yes.
a farming practice, right? And this goes way back before organics, even. This is like Rudolf Steiner was this, I think it's like 1860s or something. He had this whole philosophy, and it's about tapping into the universe and the Earth's rotation around the sun and the moon. Obviously, the moon affects the tides. That is a known fact. And since plants are primarily made up of water, it stands to reason that the plants would also be affected by the moon's orbit, and so are humans. And so it's kind of an entire agricultural system that incorporates those things. It incorporates organics too and doesn't have pesticides, all that sort of stuff. But with all of that in mind, it does make me open to the idea that things like this might actually have meaning and affect our behavior. In the way that it affects our behavior, I have no idea. Like saying that
Sure.
this thing is but I'm like being open to the idea that there is an energy that's being transferred and taken place, that maybe wearing this shark band can deter sharks and also encourage the next positive
Bartender
financial gain.
to give you a free drink. Yeah, I mean, I am 100% in, especially in the water. Like, have at it. Especially if the person who buys the shark bands, I feel for surfing. Have you ever thought about when again, you and I live in Southern California. We are not surfing New Smyrna Beach. Have we talked about the way they pronounce Smyrna?
No,
So weird. But in any case, we're not surfing sharky, attacky waters, right? We're not at Reunion Island,
I've
you and
never,
I.
I rarely have ever even worried about a shark.
I mean, I surfed in Coos Bay, Oregon, and sometimes I would see, I swore once I saw a big dark shadow underneath, and I might have. I was surfing right next to a jetty with, it was weird, and saw a big dark shadow and got in as quick as I could. But never like in Somalia, there was a bunch of shark heads on the beach. Never thought about them ever. But if you think about sharks, buy a shark bands because why not? But again, I want shark bands on the land. Shark bands should do. Remember Beverly Hills 90210 when they had the
Yeah.
Peach Pit and then the Peach Pit after dark? I want the shark bands and the shark bands on land. The give me just let's see what it does on land.
So when I was researching, when I went to their website, the selling point that I was actually sold on was the fact that it has the same deterrent effect for stingrays.
Oh man, I'll
Because
strap. I'm scared of stingrays.
yes, I've been stung by stingrays. It hurts. I see stingrays regularly, especially
How
now
many
during
how
the
many times have you
summertime.
been zapped by a ray?
Twice.
Oh,
It
I've
it's painful.
knocking on wood, haven't gotten it yet.
It's
Carried a
very
girl.
painful.
This is like a traumatic early memory for a young daughter of we were at Moonlight Beach and just walking on the beach and some woman, or I guess she was probably a teenager or something, like 20, I don't know how old she was just like in the shore break, just like yelping. And I ran down and so I like put her on my back and carried her to the lifeguard station, and she just had a big old hole in her foot. I mean, it wasn't a hole, but like the clear zap in there, and she was in so much agonizing pain. And young daughter was walking behind me, just like eyes wide open, scared for life. I'm gonna
Yeah,
put one around her
it's
neck, a shark band.
it's not the I mean it's probably partially the laceration that hurts, but it's the poison specifically that
Yeah.
hurts. So there's a poison in there that just feels like fire, and you can feel it moving up your leg, like the poison
Did you
traveling through your blood system. And that's what the hot water neutralizes. It neutralizes the protein in the poison, so the pain goes away. But if you take your appendage out of the hot water, the pain comes back. So you want to kind of keep it in there for long enough to fully neutralize it, which is, 30 plus minutes basically.
are, are you sure you're not supposed to just pee on it for 30 minutes?
So if you had a stream that lasts 30 minutes, which late at night often I do, then yes, that would actually work. But you need a bucket of water is much more effective. The stream would only neutralize it temporarily, but even then, it's like not enough pee. Like you'd be peeing on the hole, peeing on the hole of the laceration, and I don't think that that's really the poison has traveled beyond that. So I don't think you have enough pee.
So it's only the heat you're saying from the pee. It's not. I was always under the impression that it was like the uh ammonia or something from the pee.
No, it's the temperature.
Wow. Yeah.
So
When I carried that poor girl up to the lifeguard station, lifeguard's like, oh yeah, and they all they did was got a big old bucket and started filling it with hot water.
Yeah, exactly. It's commonplace in the summertime here in Southern California. I took the dog in Austin to the beach like 2 weeks ago, and the dog loves to go in the water. And so throwing the ball, and so I'm standing in kind of ankle deep water. And just within ankle deep water, I look out 6 feet ahead to my left, boom, stingray right there in the shallows. Then I look to my right, there's another one. Then I looked to my right more, and there was another one, all within kind of like a 10-foot radius of where I was standing in ankle deep water. I saw three. So I was like, okay, moving on. Austin's got to get out of the water. And also, I'm afraid to put my dog in the water at this point because if a dog got tagged, who knows?
So
That could be.
if shark bands rebranded as Ray Bans,
They probably
would get
looked
sued,
into that,
but also
and got a message from the WSL and the Olympics saying no go. So, but okay,
man,
this was not an ad for shark bans, but yeah, I'm kind of
in.
in at this point too. Okay, another barrel or not, another listener. Here we go.
David Chaz, for the grit, might be a barrel or not, but I'm just coming off a great surf in North County. Good swell right now, but I had a question for you guys. I'm walking up the steps, and you see all these guys either in the shower, waiting in line to take a shower, or they have some special shower, portable shower by their car. I don't rinse off at all. I wear it throughout the day, and it feels great. Skin feels good. Kind of wipe the little dried salt off your face every now and then. But I guess barrel or not, rinsing off after the surf. I think it's ridiculous to wait in line for the shower. That's crazy. All right. Thanks.
Lead us off.
Not only is it ridiculous in line to wait for the shower, it is absolutely, unless you are surfing in a sewer, unless you are surfing in a known toxic environment where it is like sewer spill, gonna get my waves, gotta do it. Salt water replaces shower all day, every day. If you could jump in the ocean, you would never need to take a shower again. And here on Maui, I pedal my daughter to the ballet in the morning. I swing by the harbor and jump right in. And that is my morning. I don't even know. It is exactly saline enough. More salty, the better, of course, as this goes. But my goodness, shower, rinse folk, knock it off. Like, unless you have pH problems or weird stuff going on, not only does the salt water like seal you for the day, I feel it makes your hair, it makes everything better. I have no idea why. Especially, it's not like you're rinsing in a spring water. Even if that you were doing that, I don't agree with it. But you're taking the beautiful ocean saline water and you're just putting chlorine on yourself. And then, oh, cool, here I go. It's idiotic. Everyone should stop doing it. Best case scenario ever is a salt seal.
Totally agree. Saltwater is the solution, is a solution, literally,
To
uh,
almost everything.
to almost everything. And I'm going to go a step further. While I agree with all that, the main reason I would never go use that shower, or certainly not wait in line for that public shower, is in the off chance or the likely chance that it'll lead to a social interaction.
100%.
I'd hate to be standing there and then some random dude starts talking to me.
While you're
That's the
waiting for the
worst case
shower.
scenario. Yeah,
Waiting for a
exactly.
shower. Hey, I'm
I would have
showering, man.
I would avoid that at all costs. So you couldn't pay me to go stand in that shower because somebody might chat you up.
Hey, I mean, and again, dear listener, if you didn't know this before, if this is the first time you're hearing it, that the salt seal is the greatest thing that will happen in your day, hear it now and take heed.
Yeah. It is one of the gifts of surfing. And the fact that you're washing it off makes me feel like you just got done with that surf school out at Main Peak.
Exactly. Jacksonville.
Okay. Well, final barrel or nah, donating in this perilous, uncertain time here in the US, final barrel or nah is donating to a political campaign.
Heck no barrel. Zero barrel. they got enough money. Whatever they're doing is like,
I know.
like, I will say, donate to a cause, donate to a homeless guy down the street, donate to the Surfrider Foundation, donate to Parks for All, donate to anyone, donate to your brother, donate to, take that money you're going to send to a candidate and send it to something you actually care about. Those stinking corpo candidates have on all sides have enough.
I know. I'm like, I understand the Koch brothers or Meta as a company or whatever, where
Yeah,
it's
they're
a
buying
right.
influence.
Yeah, you're buying influence and you're writing it off, right? You're going to
Yeah.
give it to the government otherwise. So I understand that. But when I get on YouTube and it's Kamala Harris asking me to donate to her campaign, I'm
No.
like, you guys, first of all, I only want to donate to things that I actually see a change in. Like I know my money is going towards actually making a change. This is only going to you guys and this is going to some sort of thing that it's going to disappear into. It's never going to make the change that you are saying that you are going to use this money for. It is going to go into marketing expense. It's going to go into buying advertisements or signs or something like that. And by the way, you guys have vastly superior resources to little old me. Like, it's insane. It's throwing money completely away. And maybe even worse, it's throwing money into evil,
I mean,
like
imagine too
disaster.
if like whatever, we can take umbrage with the Supreme Court of the United States for many things, but I will take umbrage with them here for the whatever the campaign finance thing was, where they were like, nope, unlimited money. Like, go through, like, these candidates get whatever you want, whatever they want, at whatever amount they want, right? Now everything is screwed. Like, so it doesn't, like, your grassroots, like, $20 thrown in there, not only does it not make a drop in the bucket, uh that 20 bucks could be like stinking legit homeless dude down the street. 20 bucks to him, sure, he might buy a, what, a 12 pack, but 6 pack. What do you buy? What does a $20 get you in the States anymore for a pack?
Who
Can
knows?
you,
I don't
can
know.
you get an
I don't
18 pack?
I don't drink beer.
Merrick Lager is going to go on sale for the homeless. But yeah, like, my goodness. Yeah, absolutely not. No
I
barrel.
know. Don't do it. Yeah, absolutely don't do it. By the way, now listeners are going to chime in and be like, you know what, do a barrel or not about don't giving money to homeless people. We've already done that one. We both barreled giving money to homeless people, but giving
Definitely.
money to political campaign. The other thing that I was thinking is, you know, um, funds are always misappropriated. Like in government, you hear stories every week of the school superintendent or whatever it is. I bet you in the political arena, there's more misappropriation of funds than anywhere else in the world. And
I mean,
so
it's a
you're giving your money to somebody who's ultimately going to steal it, probably.
I mean, it's an industry in and of itself, right? And so there, and no, nothing against those who work in the political field, and good on you. You're making your money. We're all trying to do our best here. But like, giving to that industry feels insane to me.
It really
If you
does.
if you think you're doing if you think you're doing it for a good reason.
Yeah, I know. I've never felt more uh, offended by somebody asking for a donation than I have these last couple of weeks.
Oh my
So
goodness. I
stay
get
away
it.
from it.
Yeah, it's not good.